Here is an overview of the Pioneers Trail to Everest Base Camp. Day 1. Arrival in Kathmandu. A representative will meet you at the airport and take you to your hotel, where you will meet your guide and be briefed about your daily activities. Day 2. Drive to Jiri from Kathmandu. After breakfast in your hotel, you will be driven to Jiri, which takes approximately 7 hours. Day 3. Trek to Giri. Today you trek from Jiri for approximately 6 hours to Giri. The trek climbs through Sherpa villages and farmland to the top of a ridge at 2370 metres, then descends back down to Shivalaya at 1750 metres. Day 4. Trek to Seti. You trek down to Kinja, then climb back up through rhododendron forest and through Sherpa villages through to Seti. Day 5. Trek to Jumbesi. Today you will trek to the Lamjura Banjang at 3,530 metres, the highest point between Jiri to Namche Bazaar. Then you descend to Tragbuk at 2,860 metres. Later you will reach the Sherpa village of Jumbesi. Day 6. Trek to Nuntala. Nuntala is approximately 5 to 6 hours walking distance from Jumbesi. The trails climb to Salung at 2,980 metres, where you will have the first views of Mount Everest, heading towards Ringmokola and climbing up to Sherpa village of Taksingdu. You later descend through the forest to the Nuntala. Day 7. Trek to Bupsa. Our route starts the trek towards the Dudkoshi River, the start of the classic Everest Base Camp trek. You will climb up Karikola and onto Bupsa at 2,360 metres. Day 8. Trek to Surkhe. It is approximately 5 to 6 hours walking distance from Bupsa. Today you will continue climbing, still with magnificent views of the fast-flowing Dudkoshi River. Later you will reach to the Puyan, then trek down to the Surkhe. Your trek continues towards Mushi and Chorikaka, then Chablung at 2,660 metres. Day 9. Trek to Monjo. Today will be an easier day's trekking as you wend your way along the Dudkoshi River towards Monjo at 2,840 metres. Day 10. Trek to Namche. Beyond Monjo is the entrance to the Sagarmatha National Park, which was set up in order to protect and preserve the fragile mountain environment. You then take a steep hike to Namche. If the weather is clear, you get your first glimpse of Mount Everest. Namche is the main trading village in the Khumbu and has a busy Saturday market, a meeting place for the Hindu traders from the lowlands and the Tibetan yak caravans that have crossed the glaciated Nang Pala. Day 11. Rest day in Namche. Namche is tucked away between two ridges and has lots of lodges, tea shops and souvenir shops. It is a great place to spend a day acclimatising before heading off to Temboshe. Day 12. Trek to Temboshe. From Namche, the trail contours along the side of the valley high above the Dudkoshi. You will get great views of Everest, Lhotse, Nuptse and Amadablam. Passing by several villages and numerous tea shops, you descend steeply to a ridge over the river at Funkitenga. The village is an ideal stopover for lunch. Here you can rest before making the steep climb to Temboshe, famous for its legendary monastery, the largest in the Khumbu. Day 13. Trek to Ferishe. You descend through a forest, cross the Imjakola and climb steadily to the village of Pangoshe. This village is directly opposite Amadablam, 6,856 metres, and has exceptional views of the mountain, the Gompa, Mani walls and scattered pine trees. A further 2 hours walk brings you to Ferishe. Day 14. Rest day in Ferishe. A day for rest and acclimatisation. You also have an opportunity to wander up the valley to look at the Shola Cho Lake and the perpendicular walls of Chalatse and Tawache. Your guide will take you up onto the ridge overlooking Temboshe for the view of the Imja Valley and the incredible south face of Lhotse. Day 15. Trek to Lobushe. You continue up the wide valley beneath the impressive peaks of Chalatse and Tawache on the left. You then turn right and take a steep climb towards the foot of the Khumbu Glacier. The tea house at Lukla is a good spot to have lunch. The trail zigzags up through the boulders of the glacier's terminal moraine. At the top of this climb there are many stone cairns, built as memorials to the many Sherpas who have died while climbing Mount Everest. The path then climbs gently along the glacier to eventually reach Lobushe. Day 16. Trek to Gorak Shep, then Everest Base Camp. To reach your next stop, Kalapatar, you follow the Khumbu Glacier. The trail offers superb views of the surrounding mountains, especially where the path is forced to rise to cross a tributary glacier. You stop for lunch at Gorak Shep before finally making your way to base camp itself at 5,364 metres. This takes several hours as the trail weaves its way through ice pinnacles and past the crevasses of the Khumbu Glacier. On the return leg you can take a higher route to get a spectacular view of the Khumbu Icefall and the route to the South Col. Day 17. Kalapatar, then Dingboshe. A very early start is required to reach the top of Kalapatar at 5,554 metres for one of the best viewpoints in the Himalaya. From here you can see the face of Everest and deep into the Khumbu ice field. After lunch you then descend to Dingboshe for the night. Day 18, trek to Namche. From Dingboche you drop down again to follow the river. After crossing it you climb back up through birch and rhododendron forest back to Tengboche. From Tengboche you descend over the Dud Koche before making your way back to Namche. Day 19, trek to Lukla. Your final day's trekking follows the Dud Koche back down to Lukla. This last evening in the mountains is the ideal opportunity for a farewell party with the Sherpa guides and porters, where you can sample some chang, try Sherpa dancing and look back on a memorable trekking experience. Day 20, fly to Kathmandu. After an early breakfast you will head to the airstrip for your return journey to Kathmandu. Later you have free time to explore. You stay overnight in a hotel in Kathmandu. Day 21, Depart Katmandu. A representative will take you to the airport for your flight home.